Good morning, beautiful people. Happy Monday to you guys. 10:26 a.m. right here, recording from the fabulous city of Manassas, Virginia. I hope you guys are doing good. I'm here again to discuss U.S. immigration. As you guys know, there was a fantastic update over the weekend, and we're here to talk about it, to give you the latest scoop on it, and to tell you, what to do, what not to do, and how to get ready for anything that's coming. Okay, so guys, I hope you guys had a good weekend. Drop me your comments once you come on live, and I will be reading them soon. Okay, guys, so wonderful news. On Friday, the House of Representatives, which is one of the chambers of Congress, actually passed the BBB bill, the Build Better Back bill. That's the bill that contains the U.S. immigration provisions that ones that in which about 7 million undocumented immigrants will be regularized or legalized in some way. So that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. So guys, drop me your comments and let's get started. Okay, so the first thing to notice, very wonderful news. As you guys know, the infrastructure bill was passed. It was passed. It was passed by. It was made into a law. It was signed into a law. So the House passed that bill, Senate passed that bill, and the President Joe Biden actually signed it into a law. Now we have the BBB, the spending bill, or the Build Better. That's the social spending bill, the Build Back Better bill, which is still hanging. People, both the Democrats and the Republicans in Congress, that's the House and Senate, they wanted an analysis, a congressional analysis. They wanted, an analysis, a financial analysis of what this $1.75 trillion of bill would do for America. So that's why the voting delayed. So the CBO, that's the Congressional Budget Office, they came out with the analysis on Thursday, I think last Thursday night. And what they assessed was that the bill would no longer cost the United States about $1.75 trillion. It will cost, in total, the assessment was it will cost about $2.2 trillion to the United States. So that's a big jump, but that's fine. Thankfully, the vote was, guys, 220 yeas against 213 nays. Okay, remember there's, I think, 435 representatives in the House, 435 representatives, and we have 221 Democrats. So out of the 221 Democrats, 220 all voted yay. There was just one Democrat who didn't vote yay. And then the Republicans were unanimous in their opposition again. So there were 213 nays. Okay, all these people, all the nays came from, of course, the Republicans that do not agree with this BBB bill. Guys, I'll be referring to it as the Build Better Back bill, BBB. Then you know what I'm talking about. So, the vote, it passed. The bill has passed in the House. But let's talk about a few exciting things about what happened in the House. Let me just tell you the scoop on everything, and then we'll come back to what the next steps are and what we can anticipate moving forward. Okay, so the first thing I said is that the bill has now been assessed to move from $1.75 trillion to about $2.2 trillion. That's the cost of this bill. What does this bill entail? Of course, I've done numerous videos talking about it, but let's do a very brief overview of what the contents of this bill are. Some of the things are there's going to be universal preschool, pre-K. There's going to be childcare subsidies for people in the United States. Then there's the immigration provision, of course, a 10-year parole. 10-year parole just means that they're going to be granting a 5-year work permit to undocumented immigrants, and then you can extend it for another 5 years. So making it 10 years, you'll get freedom from being deported from the United States. You can, of course, work, and then hopefully you can travel. And then which other thing? Pretty much. It doesn't give a pathway to citizenship or, to citizenship, but it's good. I mean, it's as good as it can get. So it has the immigration provisions as well. And then it has a climate change investment for the United States. The U.S. wants to invest in climate change. So they're going to be, encouraging people to go for electric cars and other things that will make the US more green, okay, more green. And then there's going to be tax increase to certain corporations that will bring in about $1.5 trillion over the next 10 years. So that's an overview of the Build Back BBB bill. And guys, you know what happened on Thursday? So remember that Congress is responsible again for making laws for the United States. And Congress is made up of two chambers. We have the House of Representatives, and then we have the Senate. So again, there's the power of the purse. That means that, bills that have to do with money spending all usually originate from the House of Representatives. There are some bills that will originate from Senate, but either a bill will either originate from the House of Representatives or from Senate. Because this is has to do with revenue spending, it originated from the House of Representatives. The U.S. Constitution, Article 1, Section 7, Clause 1, actually stipulates or encapsulates this power of the purse, that bills originating from the House, that have to do with revenue originate from the House. I'll not bore you with too many legal technicalities. Let's move on to the exciting thing. So Thursday, okay, we have 435 House of Representatives, 221 Democrats, 213 Republicans, and they have to vote. The BBB bill was in front of them. Now they have to vote, yay or nay. And there's one person known as McCarthy. McCarthy is he is the House Republican leader. And McCarthy, in the House of Representatives, there's something known as the magic minute. Okay, it's the equivalent of the filibuster in Senate, but in the House it simply just gives one of the leaders of the House unfettered opportunity to debate for hours, just to be able to make sure that a bill is not voted upon. So that was the tactic of this Republican representative. He actually started he started talking against the bill for 8 hours on Friday night, and he finished his long speech after 8 hours on Friday dawn at 5:13 a.m., all in a bid to derail the BBB. And so, I think to myself, being a representative must be a very difficult job, because they have to be in Congress sometimes during the night just to vote on laws for the United States. It seems like a very important job, but yeah, all these people were there while we were snoring and sleeping. They were voting on such important decisions, and so this is what McCarthy did. But unfortunately, after the 8 hours, the votes were passed, and we had 220 yeas and 213 nays. So, that it didn't work. His tactic didn't work. All the railing he did against the Build Better Back, why people shouldn't vote and whatnot, it simply didn't work. And so we're very thankful for that. Okay. Again, one other thing is that the CBO, the Congressional Budget Analysis, said that there was going to be an increase in the federal budget deficit by $160 billion for over the next 10 years. But they'll be able to raise that money back in some ways by collecting money from tax. IRS will collect some money, so all of that's fine. So guys, I'm going to be reading a portion of the exciting thing that happened. It's really today. I'm not sharing my screen. I'm using a different device, so but it's fine. We can still. When I read this, I was just laughing. It was really quite interesting. Let me see, where is this right here? Oh my gosh. Guys, I'll be reading comments soon. Just drop them. I'll be reading them soon. I don't know why I actually knew this was coming on. I'm not sure why. I thought I had opened this right here. Oop. This is just... Yes, I just want to read the aspect of what exactly happened during the voting. The ambience was just exciting, and I was just really happy. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. I don't know why. Okay. As soon as I come on live, then all my documents just vanish. I had opened all these things that we were going to be talking about it, but for some reason, I don't know why I can't find it. Let me see if I can pull it up. Guys, stick with me, please. I have some really exciting scoop for you. Once I say I'm going to pull that up, it is going to be a good one. So just stick with me, and then I will pull it up. Pull it up. Oh gosh. Yeah, help. Please hold on. Let me see. I need to just. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, let me just it was a discussion on, they really captured it well, like what happened. Well, let me tell you guys. Let me just um tell you. So apparently when the McCarthy guy was, reading his opposition for 8 hours during the night, in the House of Representatives, in Congress, some of the Democrats actually walked out of the House. They left. They're like, look, we're not interested. We're going to vote for it anyway. And then they were, while the McCarthy guy was opposing it, some of the Democrats will heckle and they'll jeer and they'll boo, that we're not in agreement. And so when the voting was done and the bill was passed, apparently the Democrats were just hugging one another. They were excited and they were chanting, "Build better back, build better back, build better back." And then, it was just really exciting. They were really, really happy. I wanted to read the exact, the way it was captured was very interesting. I could feel the excitement with the House of Democrats. So I'm just really, really happy about it. But yes, guys, now let's move on to what's going to happen from here. Let me read a few comments and then we'll go back. We have Frank Darko Jenfi, who's giving us a thumbs up. Hello, Frank. Thank you so much for joining. Very happy you're on here. Lamde Adebayo, well done, beautiful attorney. Lamde, you're just amazing. Thank you always for your very kind words and for encouraging what we do. Okay, so guys, what's the next step? So, well, as you guys know, because this is a spending a revenue bill, it's originated from the House. It now has to go to Senate. It now has to go back to Senate. Remember, Congress is made up of House of Representatives and Senate. It goes back to Senate. It goes to Senate. I shouldn't say back to Senate as though it left Senate, but it goes to Senate. This BBB bill goes to Senate, and remember, Senate, we have it's a 100-member Senate, 50-50 split. Only Kamala Harris breaks the tie for the Democrats. So once it goes to Senate, we're hoping that all the Democrats will, vote on it by a simple majority. And also the Senate parliamentarian is going to allow this to go through the budget process. Okay. So, I mean, of course, Senate is always tough because of the rules, the special rules that Senate, they use to make sure things are done properly. So that's what is going to happen. And once it goes to Senate, it's possible that the bill will go through again some sort of amendments, and then it goes back to the House, and then it goes on from there. So we still have a few steps to climb, or a few hurdles to jump, to make sure that this becomes a reality. But guys, in the meantime, as I keep telling you, don't forget to file your FOIA. You need to find out what the US government has about you. You're going to be needing it. Most of you are going to be needing it. Of course, if you are undocumented, you will be needing, you need to have your document from the US government, everything you filed, what you submitted. This is the time to do that. While this is going on in Congress, this is the time to request your files, all your documents. Some people have as much as 2,000 pages of them from the US government. So, guys, it's really important that you do this. You need to get your I was just trying to see if I would find the document I was looking for. while I was talking. Okay, yeah. So guys, you need to file your FOIA. Just make sure that you apply for, if you need help, just call me and I'll tell you. As I said, you can file the FOIA, but you need to know which federal agency is going to be responsible for getting your documents, and it will depend on what type of interactions, what type of immigration interactions you actually have had with the U.S. government. That's when I will, I'll decide which federal agency to file your FOIA to request your application from. Okay, so oh yes, I found it. I knew I was going to find it. Okay, so guys, this is it. So, but just hours later, Democrats filed into the chamber joking about the lack of sleep and ready to vote. And if Democrats feared political consequences, it was not evident from the final tally, which reflected support among those from the most competitive districts. So as the vote tally ticked past 218, Democrats began hugging and dancing in the aisles of the House chamber, chanting, "Build better, build back better, build back better, build." Can you imagine these old men, well, maybe not old, but grown men dancing, hugging and chanting BBB. And then Miss Pelosi, who's the Speaker of the House, she banged the gavel to signal the end of the vote. Lawmakers swarmed her on the House floor, yelling her name and cheering as Republicans sat expressionless across the room. Of course, they are mad. So yes, I just love this portion of the report. It just gives us the ambience and the excitement. I just even feel like excited all over again just reading it. Oh my God, it's going to be a real feast once the immigration provisions are passed and they become law. Guys, I'm here to let you, to keep you guys updated and to make sure that you are prepared for what is coming. Just make sure you try to listen to me, and then we can work together and make sure that you guys are in, you are not taking unawares once there's something that is going to be coming soon. Okay, so let me read this. Anthony Kweku Champon says, AK. Anthony says, thank you so much for always joining us and for your encouragement and for watching. I really appreciate it. Yeah, Cranton says, Miss Nancy is one tough cookie. I guess you have to be tough to become the Speaker of the House of Representatives, right? I mean, you have to be a tough cookie. Guys, I see that some of you have not liked my page. You're just I've invited you, so please don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, share my videos, because there are so many people that are undocumented, are immigrants, and don't have papers. You would think they are US citizens, but they are not. I get those. I interact with people all the time, and they tell me, look, people think I'm a US citizen. People think I'm a green card holder, but I'm undocumented. Being undocumented, it's not something you wear on your forehead. People will not tell you. Nobody tells you. They go about their duties. They've lived in the US for 15, 10, 5, 6, 8 years, but they may need help and they cannot open up because of how very judgmental our community and our community and how wicked people can be. So guys, that's it for today. I hope you guys benefited from this video. I'll be coming your way again soon. I think I did cover everything I had wanted to cover. So guys, have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a wonderful week. I'll see you again soon. Take care and bye-bye.